Oh my god, Marv is here. Good evening, buddy. How's life? Give me 1 second. Okay, that looks good. This looks kind of fine. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Let me just take a look at this fella over here. Yeah, that looks good-o. Alrighty, so today it's gonna be a slightly different one. And we're gonna be learning some new stuff. Happy Easter to you as well, Jay. So, and good to have you here again. So let's say here, learn Figma and create a programmer network design system. Create a design system for programmer network and somehow mix it up with our storybook for an amazing work. Absolutely great. I mean, I know some Figma, I've been using it for the past 2-3 years, but this is now a bigger project and we're gonna follow this tutorial that I found. I think it's pretty awesome. And yeah, so we're gonna start with, I watched a few minutes of this already. And essentially, can I zoom in here, this thing? I don't know how well you can see my screen. But let's kind of, wait a minute, why can't you hear? Give me 1 second, what? All right, give me a second. So, I mean, I didn't spend any time. I mean, I learned Figma long ago for what I needed it. I mean, I'm not a designer, right? So I know Figma on a level of developer, right? But we need to learn it a bit better now because generally, right? You would use Figma as high fidelity tool, yes. So you would use it to compose your new feature and then start building it. Doesn't matter really if it's Figma or Photoshop, whichever design tool it is, that's how you generally design. Right now, we're gonna design the design system and then using the design system, we're gonna be building new features for programmer network. And that's the idea. So essentially the idea here is that we build a design system that's gonna enable us to build the features very fast. So instead of wasting time fiddling with code and how should things look like, it's way faster to create a rectangle here and then give it some color, you know, than doing that with code, right? I pay 25 euros a month. So I have some things here, some notes. I have Tailwind kind of thing that I found online. So we're gonna copy some stuff from this. But yeah, let's start. It includes everything, yes. User experience is something, I mean, yes, you can define user experience and UI are two entirely different things and different job roles, right? User experience requires research, requires user testing, requires user research. UI is drawing things, basically. This is UI. This is UI when you're changing colors and stuff. UX is the experience of whatever. User experience can be applied to any industry, really. It's not just programming. User experience can be applied to this or this microphone or those headphones, right? Yeah, I mean, yes. Well, you should have UX in mind. That's not excluded from everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a designer, software engineer, backend engineer, you should, of course, always have UX in mind. This is something implicit, right? Sure, maybe the designers should have a bit more of this feeling, but generally everybody should be cautious of UX, right? Nobody, like, you don't like to buy a product that you can't use, right? Or that it takes, right? You don't need any of that, Leo, but it's up to you. You most definitely don't need UML. I studied that at my university and I've never in my life so far drew a UML diagram since then, so it's up to you, but be careful where you spend your time, right? Because we no longer use those tools necessarily much in software engineering, right? I'm not saying that UML is bad. UML can be awesome if you're given opportunity in the company where you work to use it, right? But generally, you know, we don't really UML anymore. We use draw.io, we use simple diagrams, right? So we are no longer writing time diagrams, right? So yeah. Okay, so let's start somewhere. So I already watched some video here. So I'm gonna share this course, and in the next following streams, in the next few streams, we're gonna be watching this course here. So just if you need a context, we're gonna be definitely watching this. If this is something you think you don't need, then I advise you not to watch the stream in the next 2-3 streams. But I genuinely believe no matter if you're backend developer, front-end, infrastructure developer, if you ever have a tendency or a desire in your life to build a product, you should know tools like this, right? So yeah. Loharsky, good evening, buddy. So let's kind of start. So what we're gonna do now basically is the first step over here is we're gonna create some colors. So we're gonna call this page colors. And what we basically gonna do is we're gonna define our own colors here. So we're gonna define our existing colors that we have in our application, right? Yes, when you pay a designer for me, Marv, absolutely yes. If you can pay one designer for me, absolutely yes, 100%. When you can do that for me, then absolutely, then I will stop doing this and I'll focus on programming. Yes, 100%. Definitely agree with that. Okay, so let's kind of continue now. So let's kind of now define our colors, right? Yeah. Whoever wants to pay a designer for me, I'm super happy to stop doing this right away and do something else. Until then, that's what we got, right? Yes, go and do it for me, and I'm waiting here. Go ask one and then tell him that I need a design system, and then tell me when it builds one. Okay, so now we're gonna be switching back and forth between our front end and whatever. So now this is gonna be a little bit of research. So let's try to get all of our colors to Figma, right? So so the way that we do this, we click on this little thing over here, those 4 dots, we say color styles add. We give it a name, so let's give it a name exactly as it is. I think this is base 100. And then we create that style, right? Let me see, did I actually copy it properly? I'm not actually sure. Well, I'm not really salty, you know how I am. I think you know me well enough. I'm just realistic, right? If you claim something, right? Then I challenge you to that, right? So absolutely, if you claim that that's the case, then yeah, go ask the AI and then come back to me when you get an answer, right? So I wouldn't call that salty, I would just call it realistic, right? If you think it works like that, then yeah, that would be amazing, man. Go get the response from the AI and then come back to me. All right, so let's get another color in. So we should create a. Did we like remove this rectangle? No. All right, and then we're gonna call this base 200, right? And then what the hell? All right, great. The thing is, Marv, you know how I am. Whenever I'm always going to be honest and direct, right? If you claim something to be true, it's like, why are you not doing this? I'm always going to say, I mean, great, we can do that. Yes, well, okay, show me how, right? Okay, but let's learn this stuff together now, right? So why did we not create the base 200? Like, what the hell is going on, dude? Okay, so we did now. All right, good. So now we have the 2 colors, right? So now we have base 100 and base 200, right? So if I go here, I'm gonna try to do one thing. No, actually, so this is fine, right? So let's keep on going. So let's see all of the colors that we use in our design system. So I think if we go to Tailwind color palette and we go to indigo, right? And so I know that we're using 500, for example. So let's just keep naming them like that, right? So we're gonna, give me 2 seconds, yeah. So we're gonna copy this thing and we're gonna have the same distance. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna go fill, right? We're gonna remove this as well. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say, I'm still not getting it properly because I suck at this most likely, but let's see. So we do this, we remove this, we remove this as well, I guess. So what am I actually doing wrong? Give me a second. So yeah, so we have copied the one that already has a base color. And what is this detached style? Okay. Ah, I see. Okay, can we create now a new one? So let's say indigo 500. Or we can call this one primary, actually, right? And then here we can say, let's try something like this, primary purple. And then over here we can say, grab this stuff, right? And then create style. Let's take a look at that, right? And I actually don't like that name. Actually, yeah. So now we have, it says primary here. Added style. And what happens if I just, I see. Okay. So we have those 3 colors. Now let's keep on going. So we got, what is this the primary? Is that the one that we just added? Let's go here. And let's go here. Yeah, so that's the primary one, right? Numinex, good evening, buddy. No worries, no worries. I know I've already researched Numinex. I just want to learn. I mean, I kind of feel this already. I just want to kind of learn it from a perspective of doing it manually. So it's really like, yeah, it's just a matter of that, yeah. Yes, maybe Marv, give me a minute. So we're using rows 500 and rows 600. So let's just get those colors here, right? So let's kind of be pragmatic here, right? So we will be also efficient. So we don't want to procrastinate. We don't want to waste time. Let's just try to be effective. So what I want to do in this first few minutes of the stream, right? So first, absolutely purple, you can. So what I want to basically do in this at the start of the stream is like, let's just get all of our colors. We don't want to do any fancy stuff like group them and stuff. Let's just be effective. So first, let's start simple. So we suck at, probably all of us here suck at Figma. So let's not try to do it industry standard UX, UI designer type of stuff. Now we just move, first step, let's take our front-end colors, let's move them to Figma, and then we can then figure out if there's a smarter way, whatever. I don't actually care. I don't anticipate it to be perfect in the first iteration, right? So instead of being perfect, let's be effective, right? So let's call this rows 500. And then show more options, and then create style. So now we have rows 500, and then we'll need the rows 600 as well. So pretty much let's do the same. So unlink, I guess. I mean, at least I've already learned something new, so I'm already happy actually, if you ask me. So do this, go to do this, add a style, call it rows 600. So are we gonna keep calling those colors like this later on? Are we not? Like, who cares, right? Right now we... All right, so we have those colors. Let's seek for more. I just want to find all the colors that we're using in the product. So we have dark base 100, BG white, and I'm just globally searching here to see what we are actually using. So we have BG gray 500. So let's open Notepad, right? Let's open notepads here and just write them all down. BG, just all the colors that we're actually using. So BG gray 600, BG gray 500, BG gray 700. What else are we using? Let's keep on going. Let's try to be effective here. BG base dark, yeah. BG white dark base, sure, we added that one already. Yep. Indigo 500. Have some gradients, screw that for now. I don't know how to do that. BG base, BG transparent. BG base 300. So let's kind of just write it down so we can kind of get them from actual Tailwind color palette, right? And actually, I don't think that we do have BG base 300. So this kind of is a bug most likely. Like, what is base 300? I don't think we have such a color. Where are we using this? Yeah, I don't think that we even have this, right? But whatever, right? All right, well, let's... We're always going to stick to the Tailwind colors. That's the idea. I mean, I have those colors here, but again, the point of this is not to only be truly effective, but it's to also be to learn. In order to learn, you need to get things under your skin. You need to click. You need to click that stuff. I need to click several times on this box and then on this 4 things to get the muscle memory, right? So exactly, Stormix. So this is not about we could do this faster, but then I would need to Google it a million times. So I'm intentionally doing this manually, not because of the stream. I don't actually care much. Don't get offended. It's just I want to learn it, and to learn it, I need to do it several times. Otherwise, I'm not gonna remember it, right? All right. So let's start BG. So BG gray 500, right? So where can we find that? So gray, where's the gray? Yeah, all right. So gray. Yeah, here it is. So here's the 500 fella. So let's so what did we learn? We have to unlink, click those, clink. It's a new word, I love it. Gray, what was it? 300, right? Show more, paste, clink. Yeah, clink again and create. No, fuck, that was 500. Okay, you're gonna learn new language here and a new word today. It's called clink. How do I, what was it? You see, I already forgot, man. Come on. Okay, I didn't. Already forgot in 3 seconds, man. How quickly, like, it took. And then if I hover, it says grade 500. Okay, so let's keep on going, right? So we do the same. So we do 600. All right, so we go here, we copy this fella, we unlink, I guess, we click this, we do this, we say gray, what was it, 600, right? Show more options. I don't know why do I need to click show more options. That seems like a pretty useless thing to hide the most important thing, which is putting in the color. It absolutely makes 0 sense. And then BG gray 700. Okay, so on link, click those 4 things, click this add thing. Gray 700, is that what we said? Yeah. Show more options, paste this thing, create. Okay. Did I? Jesus Christ, man, I did. Shit. Okay. That's from if any of you guys have watched the Wire series, there was that captain of the police who was saying shit. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. At least one of the people here in the stream is actually watching the stream. Mistakes happen, exactly. And then what was it? 700, gray 700. Okay, beautiful. Okay.
Boy, think I'm gonna be the scapegoat for the whole damn machine? Shit. Clarence is gonna...
Shit, as far as the federal money's concerned, he's everything. The faucet, the goose.
Oh, goose.
The one that lays them golden eggs. Major crimes. Shit.
They gonna come talk to me about money laundering in West Baltimore? Shit.
Shouldn't you be dead to me? Shit. I took it easy on you, son.
Shit. Let's go. Let me hear those words. Shit. What a series, man. I was so sad when it ended. I loved it so much. Okay. Shit. All right. Okay, good. So let's seek for more colors, right? So we've put those in. Let's actually write the ones that we put in. So we put those in. We put the base 100, base 200. We put the rows 500. We put rows 600, right? Sheet. We put indigo. Did we put the indigo 500? I mean, there has to be more indigos, right? It's impossible that I'm only using sheet. So I'm using 700 for sure. Sheet. Okay. Sheet. So fun. So much extreme programming here. Likewise, Leo, my friend, likewise. Sheet. Okay. So unlink, yeah. Edit, yeah. I guess this one is a 500. Sheet. Okay. Yeah. Indigo 500 sheet. Okay. Is that it? What is going on, bro? No, man. What? Why is... What? Why is it still called this? So hard, man. This designing is so hard, man. I want to go back to programming. Jesus Christ, man. Sheet. Okay, create. Okay, good. No, it's okay. I'm just trolling a bit. I mean, we've been learning this for 3 minutes, right? So expecting to already know it. Sure, I mean, I might have high expectations for myself, but come on. It's you know, it's like if I don't learn it in 3 minutes, I give up. Okay, sheet. Great. Just works. Exactly. The icons are like literally meaningless. This icon is a style icon, right? It's like literally makes no sense. Why would this be a style icon, right? How does this imply of any style at all, right? But again, who am I to criticize, right? Who am I to criticize, you know, $1 billion company? So let me just shut up. Let me try to make $1 in my own product and then I will criticize. Until then, I'll just shut up, okay? I know. Still, Figma $1 billion programmer network minus probably a few $100s. That's what it is, man. That's how it is. That icon didn't prevent them to become $1 billion company, did it? I don't think so, man. Border gray, BG opacity. They don't care, man. They don't care, right? Right. Shit, how could I like globally find all the colors? Like text, gray, 500, 400, bro. Let's see. Sheet. Okay, so we do have the 400 as well. Okay, so we are missing gray 400. Okay, let's go. Let's go, team. We can do it. Just don't fall asleep this stream, please. Vaccinated with 5G. Good evening, my friend. How are we doing? Actually, to be honest, I'm actually pretty excited. Okay, jokes aside now, right? Jokes aside, I think I'm actually pretty excited for this week because I wanted to master Figma for a long time, and I was just delaying it, right? So honestly, I'm pretty happy for this week. Like, to learn Figma, it's gonna make me a lot better engineer, especially in the context of doing those projects like this. So actually, very exciting stuff, if you ask me, at least. Very exciting stuff, for me, at least. I think that if you want to build products like this ever in your career, those tools are a must, right? The thing is, I'm always like, for me, articulation of thoughts and writing skills are the most important thing in life. I cannot ever recommend anything, because when you ask me, do you recommend, I don't know what for. What I would suggest you for, what I would recommend to you is this. This is where all of the ideas start. On a pen and paper. You start it here. You have low fidelity mockups. If you need more, then you can use as paint just as much. So I can only recommend it to you depending to which degree of detail you're interested in, right? If you just need bare minimal mockups, then you don't need computer for that. There's nothing more effective than this. This is the most effective tool that exists on the planet when it comes to mockups. Like, there's no software, drawing tablet, or anything that's faster than this. So, like, if you want mockups, like, just to figure out the layout, this is where it starts. And then this Figma thing this is where it ends, when you know exactly how you want your UI to look like, with your own component, your own colors, etc., etc. So this thing is high fidelity, and this thing is low fidelity. So you start here. Leo, I do that every day, man. My phone is full of notes. I use the recorder every single day. When the video idea now for YouTube comes to my mind, I turned on the flashlight somehow. I don't know how to use iPhone yet. I didn't look. It's so hard. How do I turn off the flashlight? I hold this button. Okay. Biker, good evening. Yeah, writing things down, recording yourself. There's nothing more effective than that, right? Same. Yeah. I managed. I turned it off. Okay, great. So now we have some colors here. Now, was I supposed to rename those rectangles to the color names as well? So maybe it's the time to... Shit, man. Why does it say local styles on his screen? Oh, okay. One thing that I learned... I literally don't use my iPhone for anything. I just bought it for YouTube. I generally don't need a phone. I use phone 3 minutes a week. I don't call anybody. I hate phones. I just bought this because of this. So when I combine my iPhone with the camera, I can go anywhere and record an awesome sounding video. And that's the only reason, honestly. If I didn't want to do this YouTube stuff, I would have never... I don't call people on phone. I mean, I might call my wife, but I usually am near the computer, so I send the SMS from the computer and stuff like that, right? Calling people in 2K, exactly. Okay, guys, stop trolling me. I know, I'm a boomer or whatever. I'm a boomer, right? That's who I am. What the fuck? How did we add a border to this, bro? What? Okay, good. How did I add drop shadow to that? Did I like click on some? Oh, all of them have drop shadow. Okay. Wow. All right. So let's get serious here. So how come that this guy has all of this stuff in the left and I don't? That's maybe because he separated the colors into like different things. But I don't want that, right? So, but should I, like, how come that his rectangles are named? Ah, wait, maybe he like, what the fuck did I do? Wait, so something? All right, I think it's time that we
Overview.
go a bit back.
Overview.
Hey, beautiful people. It's
What the hell happened here?
You
What is this?
guys-
Create Figma design fundamentals. No, that's not what I want.
So we have these colors. We have color styles, but we haven't added any to the library. I'm going to show you how to do that.
All right,
I'm
let
gonna
me
show you
just
how to do that by
recap this
developing
quickly.
not developing, but creating this color system. We're going to use the baseline material color theme to showcase how
Let's
to
speed
build
it
out
up
these
1.5
colors as styles in
times.
Figma for your whole team to utilize in Figma if you're working for an organization, for example, or as a team. It's a much more effective way of working. So basically what I'm going to do is screenshot this to have all these values so I don't have to go back and forth between browsers. And once I have that done, I'm just going to remove everything here. Don't need that. Don't need that. And I'm going to start. This is like a brand spanking new file, so you guys can follow me from scratch. I already have one page, and I'm actually going to label this primitives because this
I've changed.
component
Tell me how. I hope for good.
is a primitive component. So the way we're going to structure
Definitely
all
very
these
famous.
components
30
in terms of its
people
complexity
watching me
is from,
still
like, its very
6
simplest
months
form,
later.
that being
Absolutely
labeled as a
famous.
primitive, all the
You
way
can
to
actually see that
components
I've
and then patterns,
put
which
the
are composed
last
of
button
several
on my
components.
shirt, even
And
like a
we'll get more into that
hipster,
later.
right?
So let's just get
So
started with
actually
the
you're
colors.
right, man. Fuck. When I think about it, look at me. I've never done this in my life. I think this stream is having a bad influence on me. Look at this, man. Last button here. I just need a tattoo somewhere on my face and a tattoo on one of my fingers, and I'm gonna be a real hipster. I might even change career into designer, not a basement dweller. Jesus Christ, you're actually right.
So now I have this screenshot pasted here, and what I'm going to do is basically translate all these colors.
I think I need the
into
glasses
styles.
like
So
this
without
guy.
further ado, I'm
Give me
just gonna
1
create some
second.
rectangles, and actually I'm going to hit Control C.
Do I have
to
some
copy this
glasses
value
here?
here? Notice
No,
that
I need,
when I use Control C,
I need
the next value
glasses,
isn't
man. I need
what's
those like
indicated
hipster glasses
in
right now.
the screenshot that I've selected to copy the value and apply it to the rectangle. So I'll have to manually input that value that's indicated there.
Next time when you see me,
And
biker,
I'm just
you're gonna
keep doing
see me
this until I
with
have
the glasses
completed
and a tattoo on my
all of the
face.
color values, and I'll
100%.
see you when that is done. Right, so I've now completed creating all these color blocks for you.
This guy
Just to
indeed
kind of
looks like an
visually show you, apply the
assassin.
correct
There's
color
no
values.
question
Actually,
about
what I
that.
wanted to originally do was use the control picker and apply these values, but did all of the color values.
Dude,
and
but
I'll
what
see you when
happened
that
in the
is done.
meanwhile? How come all of this crap now? How does he
so
have
I've
like?
now-
How did he end up with those colors here in the left? Definitely, definitely. Antonio, we are learning Figma here, yes, and I'm failing to understand some crap. I don't know, but I'm not even a great designer yet. I need the glasses. What the fuck is happening, bro? Okay, good. So what am I supposed to do, man? How did that guy end up? How did he end up with all of this stuff in the left, with all of those kind of names? And then... No, like seriously. And why do I keep adding the stroke, man? I don't want to add... Oh, maybe I'm pressing some shortcut or something, right? He's a cheater, yeah. Easily can achieve that, Numinix. Easily, next stream, I'm gonna come like that. Easy, easy. So what, okay, let's try to submit those colors. So bear with me here. I've learned this on this tutorial. So you click assets, you click on this thing here, and you click publish, because every time apparently when you do changes in Figma, you have to publish them. So we click publish, we say publish styles. Yeah, but why is this dude like, come on, man, like, come on, shit. So, but dude, like, come on, like, how is he having this stuff in the left, man? Seriously, like, anyone? No. I mean, dude, we learn it easily, not a problem, right? We learn it easily, not a problem. It's like a tool, like 17 other billion tools I used in my life. It's not like, it's just when was this video recorded? Maybe there's something, maybe when was this recorded? This was recorded a year ago. So maybe it's just that Figma now does some things differently, right? Okay, layers, he has primitives here. Does naming it primitives have any impact in the Figma? No, I don't think so, no, right? Oh, but we didn't put those also primitives. Do we like have to drag this crap inside of that page? No? And why does it say 2 free pages left? You don't have to remember. Tips for learning Golang. I think Golang is a beautiful and a very easy language. The best tip is take an API or whatever and build it, right? I know that it sounds lame. It's like, oh, really, Alex, you know, build a software. But there's no better way, right? I think if you want to learn Golang, the best, seriously, Golang tutorial is Go Playground. Like, this is like seriously like top-notch stuff. Like, if you want to learn Go, you come here, you stay here till the end, and you're gonna know a lot of stuff, right? And Leo, I'm with you. I just didn't see. Oh, my pleasure, man. My pleasure. I think actually you're right, but I don't see that he created any. I don't see that he created any layout. I mean, I'm aware of layouts, right? I don't see that he created one, right? Like, I don't see that he created a frame or anything like that, right? Because if we create a frame like this, right? The problem is, why does he have a frame for each color? That's a bit confusing to me, right? You can see he has primary variant, secondary. Why would you have a frame for every single color? It doesn't make much sense to me, to be honest, right? If I remember well, because I have been playing with this a bit. Actually, that's super awkward, man. Super awkward. What the hell? Alright, well, whatever. All right, cool, right? I think so. This guy, this video that I found, he has like $200 Figma cores that he released. So I mean, look, it's a free video, right? So in a way, I can't complain. I'm grateful for any free content, and you know, it's just yeah, he just skipped, like, or maybe I skipped the video. Let me not be an asshole. Well, I am an asshole anyway, but
I'm just gonna remove.
Okay, let's just make sure that I'm not being a complete asshole. So right, so he's removed everything.
This is like a brand spanking new file, so you guys can follow.
Let's see what's the next thing we see.
I have one page, and I'm actually gonna label this primitives, because
okay.
This component is a primitive component. So the way we're gonna structure all these components in terms of its complexity is from like its very simplest form,
I get
being
it.
labeled
Primitives,
as a primitive,
sure.
all the way to components, and then patterns, which are composed of several components. And we'll get more into that later. But let's just get started with the colors. So now I have this screenshot pasted here, and what I'm going to do is basically translate all these colors into styles. So without any further ado, I'm just going to create some rectangles, and actually I'm going to hit Control-C to copy this value here. Notice that when I use Control-C, the hex value isn't.
Yeah, he took the screenshot, and I get that, right? So I watched this already. So he took a screenshot, awesome. He's now creating rectangles just as I did, right? La la la. So, but you're gonna see the next thing you see, he has just a bunch of frames, right?
All of the color
and I'm confused, like, why does he have a frame for each different color, right? So he paused and boom, right? He's back. Oh. No, he has a frame for each color. I mean, am I not wrong, right? I mean, yeah, he has a frame for each color. That's at least what I see. I don't know. I don't know why would you want that. I mean, by no means I'm saying that I know better than him. It's a genuine question. It's like, why? I don't, You don't use frames for stuff like that, right? You use the frame to group things, right? Or for layout or stuff like that. So why would you need, right? So this should be called colors, in my opinion. So we should have a page, right? The way that I look at it as an engineer, we should have a page called primitives, and that page should have groups of various types of primitives. Like he called it primitives because it's colors, and I get that. I can get behind that for sure. The only thing now, though, is that I don't get whatsoever is like, is this now inside of that page or is it not? I'm confused. Like, is this part of that page or is it not? Well, okay, I don't actually know genuinely. Like, okay, I don't know. So, no, I mean, I'm not suggesting that what he did is wrong. Don't take me wrong, please. I completely suck at this. We're learning this, like, we've been learning this past 20 minutes, right? So, I'm just questioning it because he skipped to this. He didn't talk about it, right?
Figma, just to kind of visually show you and apply the
I just suddenly saw that.
What I originally did was use the control picker and apply these values, but it doesn't actually reproduce the exact hex value specified in the image.
So oh, wait a minute. Let me try to rationalize about this. Wait. I think I might be able to rationalize about this. 1 second. Wait. So if I get this crap outside, right? Because I think what he's doing, basically, he is kind of wrapping. It's almost like you have a div around another div, and then he's styling the outer div, right? So, exactly, yes. So I think what he does, he's like, okay, you know, let me wrap this crap in another thing, right? And then, you know, I can put this thing inside of that thing, right? So we do something like this, and then he can rename that frame to like, right, to like whatever, like base 100, right? Okay, I see. It's just that he skipped that, and I feel that's pretty important thing that he skipped, right? So I don't freaking know. And then he probably inserts some text inside here that what was he saying? He was like, and then what was he saying about the text? And then he uses the actual color name, right? So if I go here, I edit this, I grab the color, then I use the text inside of here, right? Then I, where is it? Why the hell is it so freaking huge, man? Jesus Christ, man, this is a fat ass text. What the hell, bro? What? Why are you so big, man? Jesus Christ. This is definitely not 12 pixels. I think we figured it out. So I'm happy. All good, right? It's just like, why is this text? Oh, did I zoom to oblivion? I probably zoomed to oblivion, right? Did I? Why am I? What the? Oh, shit, sorry, wrong short. I know it's some Figma shortcut, so. It's just like, why is this so huge, man? Like, what the hell is this crap, dude? Seriously, like, this is not 12 pixels. This is like 2 billion pixels, man. What is this? What is this stuff, man? Oh, never mind, dude. No. I'm an idiot. All good. Well, I think I'm probably zoomed into oblivion, right? That's why, right? All good. Okay, well, you know, we're learning. All good. So let's make all of those guys 100 by 100. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that's where the mistake is, right? And then let's make those fellas like 80 by 80, right? Or something like that, right? We don't have to do it the way he does it, clearly, and we will not. I don't care, actually. I wanna do it in some way, right? Can I actually do it like this? No. I wanna select this and I wanna select that. Why is this like, what? fuck? Jesus Christ, man. I wanted to zoom out, not zoom in. But what is this? What is the... Like... Ah, I see. Okay, my bad. All right, so let's center that there. Let's center it here. So now we're centered, right? I promise you, man, in the next 3 days, we learn it. I have no doubts. We learn it, man. Easy. It's not even a discussion. Easy, man. We just have to fight our way through. All right. So somebody said, okay, can I increase the font? Can I increase the font of this? And Arcadia, my friend, good evening. Carlos is not believing me. He's like, shut up, Alex. Stop with your bullshit. I respect that, man. I respect the honesty. But I'll prove you wrong, bro. And then you're gonna cry me a river. All right. Well, we can't change the font of this thing, it seems, right? But who cares, right? Who cares? Okay. So, yeah. So let's do what he did then, right? Actually, you know what? Right? Beautiful. I mean, I'm such a perfect Figma developer. It's not even real. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like 11 Figma developer. You can actually refer to me today as a Figmer. Oh, so easy. 40 minutes later, I have 9 colors here. Incredibly easy. Look, going really well, super fast, very efficient. It's so easy. Okay, everything is easy, right? When you ask developers, everything's easy. Everything. It's so easy, bro. So easy. Like, how are you not even done with this? Like 40 minutes later. So easy. Crazy, man. Crazy. So easy. I know I'm a Figma expert animator. That's actually my current role at work. They call me the animation guy, the Figmation actually. They call me the Figmator. They don't call me animator, they call me Figmator. Because I do perfect Figma animations basically. You know, when people see me in the morning, they're like, hey, Figmator. And I'm like, hey, bro, you know, Figmator. Because it's so easy to me. For me. I remember when Figma wasn't so easy to me, man. I remember those days, right? Like, I would wake up and not know Figma perfectly. And then I would wonder, like, what would this life be? I woke up one day and I said to myself, man, like, I remember those days, you know, when I wasn't perfect Figma designer. Is like, how did I even exist by this, you know, like, how did I live, right? How did I live without this ultimate knowledge of Figma that I have now, right? And I don't know, man. I don't genuinely know. I just know that
big data, machine learning, blockchain, artificial intelligence, digital manufacturing, big data analysis, quantum communication, and Internet of Things. R&D को बढ़ा.
This is what you're talking about, Leo, aren't you? Let's hear it once more. Shit.
Big data, machine learning, blockchain, artificial intelligence, digital manufacturing, big data analysis, quantum communication, and Internet of Things
Can you not hear it?
हाँ, मिलेगा.
Can you not hear the audio?
Big data, machine learning, blockchain,
It's like
artificial
reality of recruiting.
big data analysis,
Reality, print, hello world.
and
Resume, big data. Quantum interstellar communication, you know, and shit like that. Exactly.
big
Exactly.
data, machine learning, blockchain.
Perfect. It illustrates recruiting today. Okay, let me get back to where I'm best at in my entire life, Figma. The place where I feel all the confidence because I'm a Figmer. Actually, they call me Figmer, not just Figmator, like animator, Figmator. They actually call me the Figmer. What the fuck, man? Where's my road 600? Oh, ooh, we didn't even register it. What a naive, noob Figmer mistake. Wow, okay. I mean, so unacceptable. Like rows, what? It's like I didn't even have it defined. Am I even a Figmer? Am I even a Figmer? I mean, honestly, this is, I mean, you might find this boring, and if you do, I fully support you. Whatsoever, I'm doing this purposely because I'm doing this for myself, obviously, right? And I'm doing it because I need to memorize this crap, right? I need this muscle memory thing. Otherwise, I'm not gonna memorize any of this. So, do you like it or not? Well, that's life, right? But I need to do this for myself, right? Why does it have to be the right way? What? Okay, it's a good question, right? Define right way. Can you define that for me? What is the right way? What is the right way, right? Define it for me. What the fuck is this, man? I think Leo, right? I don't think it matters, right? We need to. I mean, I think it would be. I don't think the main reason why I asked you this question is because I don't think there's the right way necessarily. I think there's a logical way, at least that fits my logic, and then there's some other way. And I think that the reason why I'm putting this in the frames is because I find it very logical, right? Because I have those boxes all now grouped under some group, and I also can see directly on the screen some text. So to me, it's not really about right or wrong, it's about if it makes sense or not. And this makes sense to me, right? Which means that I'm fine with it, right? If you get me, right? So that's why I think it's correct, because it makes sense to me, right? And I think it generally makes sense when you look at it, right? I think it makes sense. At least to me, I don't know. But anyway, I think we're done with this crap in a second. 2 more of them to go. I think actually those are most likely all the colors we're using in the project anyway. So that's good. Yeah. The last one, I hope, before I become depressed. All right, cool. Exactly. So look, I 100% hear you, and for the most part, you're most likely right. The thing is, again, is we're learning something new, right? So we know that it's impossible anyway to do it perfect because we suck at it. So now we have two ways to go. We can either spend 7 hours putting in the colors, or we can put in the colors, and then when we know better, we can spend a few minutes and then do it in some other way, right? So the point is, I know that I suck at this, and until I no longer suck, I'll do it the best way I can anyway, right? So it's really not falling into the trap of now, like doing 5 million things. I think this is perfect. We have those colors, we can see them, I can see them with my eyes when I look at them, and I can see what the hash code is. And the only thing that I actually dislike is that I genuinely dislike a lot is that there's this blue frame around the text, like this crap, and then that is the kind of what defines the element. It's not the text itself. So when you center it, it centers it, for example, according to this blue line. So I don't know why the hell does it do that. It makes no sense. Yeah, but sure, I mean, I just did. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like, because it's so hard to... Yeah, it's so hard to, like, do all... Yeah, now I have to do that shit with every single one of them, right? But, I don't care, because we just learned that, so we know for the future, right? I learned something new already, so if you ask me, I'm pretty happy, actually. Because I was delaying this thing for so long, right? Because I have so many to-dos with Programmer Network, have so many things to build, that this was always kind of low-hanging fruit. But now I'm actually happy that we got to the point where that's no longer the case. And, I've just made the decision in my head to just finally focus and... Probably there is, and I guess if we end up using the thing is, we might never even touch those colors again, right? So we don't know how we're gonna use this. We might never touch them again in the sense of how they're done. Like, we might just like, oh, which colors do we have? Okay, so maybe we will never change them, right? Who knows, right? Okay, so we have this now. So we go to assets, we go to this book here, we publish this change. So publish changes. I think it is. I think it's pretty cool. And then do we have all of the colors here? I don't know, maybe not, but the ones that we find, we're gonna put in here again, right? Okay, so now I think we're torn between two worlds. Should we watch this 6 hours course, or should we just figure things logically on our own, right? Because we know that there's the only thing that I know that we probably shouldn't figure out on our own is the layout, right? That's hard, right? But for example, I think what we could probably do is we could have components, right? So let's create a new page and let's call it components. And then once we create another new page, we'll have to pay premium stuff. And yeah, it's fine. I'll pay for the... Okay, so components, add... Oh no, I don't want to add a new page, What do I want to do? So components, how do I... Oh, I see. Okay, so all right, so... I see. Okay. So let's kind of go to... actually, look, those guys did it the same way like us as well, right? So this is some Tailwind CSS community one that I found online. So yeah, they used frames for their colors as well, right? So color, and then all of the colors as well inside of the frame. Okay, so if I actually go back to my own, I'm going to actually make a slight change. I'm just going to add another frame. And I'm going to put all of this stuff inside of a frame, right? That's the only thing I'm gonna do. Now that kind of sucks ass, doesn't it? But I guess, can we right click and say send back? What? Yeah, but where's my like, I don't see those like headers anymore. What happened to them? What happened to my like, what the heck, bro? Do those components inside inherit the background from the parent? Ah, shit, I think they do. I think they do, right? Yeah, they do, but also where's my no, screw that. No. It seems when you wrap something in a frame, the inner children inherit the background color from that frame. So you see, if I frame this, yeah, actually let's test that hypothesis here, right? So if I create a rectangle here and I give it a red color, and then if I wrap it inside of a frame, what was the frame shortcut? Wasn't it F, if I remember? No, what's happening? Ah, shit. No. Come on, fucking man. Where? Dude, come on. Like, what is happening? So red, right? We try another frame. We put this inside of the frame. No. Oh, maybe because this one is already white. Okay, so my hypothesis was wrong. But why does this disappear? So it seems that the titles of the frame disappear as soon as you put them inside of the other frame, right? So, okay. But I see. So, but you can see what those guys did. They actually don't have the frame for each color. So they have only one frame, and then they have the hash and the name. So that's maybe better. But let's not waste time on that. Okay, great. Typography. Let's shift 1 to focus that. Okay. So this is their typography. Actually, can we somehow copy this thing for ourselves? Can I like copy? Can I copy the whole thing? Yeah, I actually can. That would be pretty great. Can I like paste in here? Yeah, nice. Nice, okay, great. Because we're using the same typography, right? So actually, shit, okay. Where's the typography thing? All right, well, unfortunately, right, we can actually see that those things didn't make much sense. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just remove those labels for now. And I'll just, shit, that wasn't intended, so intended. That's a great word. It's a bummer, but you know, that's how it is, man. Not everything goes smooth, so we do all of this stuff. We do this stuff. Why? Yeah, okay. That's how it is. We do. It shouldn't it be like, okay, we'll fix that in a second. We'll fix that in a second. I think if I remember, there was like some sort of auto tidy stuff. Okay, and then, yeah, no, let's just get rid of all of this garbage here. Let's put this inside of a frame. Let's move the frame. Let's call this colors. Where can I get the Figma template? Which one? This Tailwind one? This Tailwind one, I just found it in Google. I don't actually know where. Is there a way that I share this with you somehow, the link? Copy link, here it is. And I'm also gonna share actually this one, the programmer network, with all of you guys. So is it gonna be any useful? Well, that's up to you to decide. Okay, so we have the colors now, and we have the typography, and we can kind of drag them together. So that's useful if you ask me. Okay, sure. So that's good. Two very integral parts of the thing, right? Why can't I like target? Never mind. So actually, if I go here and do this, you can do this with Shift 1 and Shift 2. The only thing, because I am unfortunately a pixel freak actually, so how can I can I do something like this and then go to maybe here, tidy up? No, absolute failure. All right, never mind. Some of those paddings are kind of killing me a bit, I must admit. But that's what it is. All right, whatever. Let me not die over this hill, right? Okay, good. So let's get back actually here. Is there anything else to grab from here? I guess there's grid. But is this actually useful? I don't know. I don't know much about the grid in the context of Figma. So spacings, containers, colors, forms. Nah. I mean, we could technically copy paste this sort of stuff and so, but like, wasn't there like literally a component like type of an element in Figma, like literally, or is it yeah, this is a component. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, that's good. So, but where are the components? Like, what defines the component? Because when I clicked here, like what qualifies something as a component, right? Local components, plugins, widgets. Are all of the frames components or things inside them? Like, so form login, shadows, alerts, banner. Okay, so there is something classified as a component. We can Google that. Create a component. Yeah. So you can see, I see. And then probably a component is just a locked group, right? It's just a few elements grouped together, right? So that's why I say it's not rocket science. It's actually fairly simple. We just need to master those shortcuts. I found this style sheet somewhere. Actually, let me share the style sheet as well. So I just found, we just need to memorize. We need to use this for a week. We need to use it and then, yeah. All right. Cool. Okay, so how do I minimize this and lock it? Let's log that. Let's log that as well. I'll obsess over those details. Okay, so yeah, so let's I don't know how and like how do you compose this? I guess we have the components here now. So let's I guess let's run our storybook. Sorry, that's completely wrong project. Let's run our storybook and where am I running it? It's on a different screen completely. All right. Jesus Christ, man, come on.
Because
so let's take a look at this, right? So how do we now? We now need to if you mean Figma, I've shared it in the chat above. Just scroll there. So now we need to somehow no, it's not going to be generated into anything. No, that's not the point. The biggest problem, like a lot of people ask that question, right? And I think it's a very mega valid question whatsoever. That's not the purpose. No, it's going to take a very, 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 very long time until there's something that generates an awesome code, right? So generating a code is like a very complex type of thing. Generate what code, right? So that's not the point. The point is to design something that you can then build. And yes, one day maybe we're gonna have some code generator, but we're, I think, still very, very far from that, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna turn those buttons into Storybook. And yeah, that would be amazing, but no, unfortunately not. So I think we've got the first pattern. So the pattern seems clear. You always create a frame. Inside of that frame, you define some things. And then you can convert some of those things into components. Why into components? Well, so when you're designing stuff, then you can say, you know, probably is there some shortcuts, like, is there components? Yeah, and then you probably, as you're designing, you kind of keep inserting those components. So again, it's not rocket science, right? Fairly simple, right? So I presume that, yeah, so if we want to create a button, we do something like this. I guess we can be a bit smart over here and use computed properties at least to help us a bit with sizing. So let's go to our Figma. So our button, well, we're not going to be setting obviously any fix, but we have the border of 2, padding of 8, and on bottom, on top, and left and right. Okay, so let's kind of try that. So let's kind of zoom into the Oblivion. The fill is going to be basically primary. The stroke, which is, I assume, the border, is going to be 2. If we go over here, and actually, no, the fill is how do I remove the color? Yeah, so this is okay. The stroke color for this outlined element is going to be this, right? So that's what we're designing now. We can actually zoom in here in Storybook as well. Looks completely professional. The text, it's not pixelated at all, actually. I guess we do this. I'm just making assumptions based on logic. This seems logical to me, what I'm doing. And then we want to make sure which font is Tailwind using. I think Tailwind is using Roboto or something. So let's go to Computed, to Styles here. Font family. What the hell is that? I have no idea. What is the font family, man? I think we're using the default one, which is Font Sans, right? Okay. Somebody subscribed on my YouTube. Thank you very much, whoever it is. Okay, so can we change font here? It's regular. What is this thing? Why is this so pixelated? Why is it pixelated? Anyone? What? Why would it? I mean, I know that I've zoomed into Oblivion, right? So probably that's why, right? Probably because I zoom. Where is the zoom? Where is the zoom here? Seriously, like. So here's the zoom. So this is 100%. Okay. So control 0. Yeah, of course. So, yeah. No, that's what I was doing, but no, it doesn't really like it. Okay, so this is 100% right now. So we need to really, it seems that, and this is what I don't know, right? This is what I don't know now. I don't know how to deal with that, right? So let's deal with that in some way. I don't actually know, right? I guess because now we're on 100%, so the button technically has to look relative to something, right? And that is the thing we don't know. We just don't know that, right? So let's actually go here. And what is this? If we so this is okay. So it has border, same margin. Can we add the padding to this? Is there like such thing as padding? Height, width, border radius, location. Is there some padding or something? Anyone knows? Dude, like I don't know, man. Okay, now I'm becoming frustrated because I'm not doing this right. Like, this doesn't look even remotely to what I want, right? So now we're kind of stuck, right? Parkour Peter, good evening, buddy. Well, actually, we're not that stuck, are we, right? Because it looks actually, no. So not really, right? 86 by 40. No, I think we're actually okay. I mean, it's just, it seems it looks like that pretty much here as well. Okay, well, I feel better now, at least. Font semi-bold, okay. Semi-bold. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, it just looks slightly off relative to the actual button there. Like, or does it? If I reset the zoom here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the point of it isn't to be perfect, right? So I don't actually know, right? Border definitely seems thinner, right? But I did put it 2, right? I did put it 2. So maybe let's make it 3. I don't know. Because again, this doesn't have to match. We're not going to be exporting this code anyway, right? So this is just for design purposes, right? It's just, I would like to learn, like, does this have to be pixels? Can this be like 50% or something? Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit confusing to me, but okay. So now it kind of looks like our button, right? This one here. Then we have the filled one. So let's just do it like this. It's up to us how we want to do it. Where was the background? Where's the bloody background? Where is the background? Text, constraints. Dude, like, seriously, where is the bloody background? Oh, fill, yeah, why didn't we see it? Is it something like this? No. Okay, and I think this is the base one. Okay, so here it should be like, I think either this base or this base. What is it? What is it? It's... I don't actually know. All right, so let's zoom in a bit. So yeah, it's super pixelated there. I don't know how to solve that, and that's okay. So let's keep on going. We have the rounded one. And actually, I think I'm probably gonna remove that rounded crap from the whole project. So now it's a great... I think now it's a great kind of time to... Now is the great time to clean up some stuff here, because I don't want the rounded button anywhere, actually. I don't want to have such style because it complicates my decisions. Then I have too many decisions, and I don't want that. I want to limit myself with the decisions I have, because Namari, good evening, friend. Give me 2 seconds here. I need to clean this up. What? All right, I think we're good. Okay, so now if we go back to Storybook, we don't actually have those variations. So filled secondary error, la la la, right? And now we essentially just have, yeah. So we pretty much have those two. Then we're gonna have a few more, and they're gonna differ pretty much, I think, with the secondary. Yeah, we have the arrow one. So let's do the arrow one. So this is gonna be this, and then it's gonna be this, I suppose. No, so this one actually has, which actually kind of sucks ass, I think. Now when I look at it, which is also, no, actually no, I was right, is the other one. So this one, and is it 500 or is it 600 is the question. Let me actually take a look at this. I think it's this. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Is there any more variations of the disabled? Let me just publish those things quickly. It's just what I dislike is that it's kind of text feels a bit pixelated, but again, this doesn't have to look perfect, right? In a sense, we're not going to be exporting this code. This is just for mocking up designs and stuff. So I think that's fine. We have the spinning stuff and stuff. This is not really necessary in the designs. We're not going to be using that. So maybe secondary is something we need to do. And I'll just need to go to the secondary stuff. So let's go here. Let me just close a bunch of this stuff. Actually, if I go to the stories, secondary has color name gray. And how did I build this crap? Color. Okay, and let's then maybe create that one as well. So let's do this. This is going to be gray 500. This is also going to be gray 500. This is going to be gray 500. Yeah. I think that's how we have it here as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Well, that's what it is. That's how it is. And yeah, how do we make those components? Let's see how to make a component in Figma.
Welcome to another Figma tutorial. In this video, we're going to teach you the basics of components. We'll show you how they can be a powerful addition to your designs. Components are UI elements that can be reused across your design files. They help make your designs more consistent and allow for changes to be made quickly. You can create a component from layers, groups, and frames. When we think about components, we also need to think about instances. The master component, or just component for short, is created first and is responsible for defining many of the styles of the UI element. A component instance is a single occurrence of the master component. When the component from UI elements that can be reused across your design files. They help make your designs more consistent and allow for changes to be made quickly. You can create a component from layers, groups, and frames. When we think about components, we also need to think about instances. The master component, or just component for short, is created first and is responsible for defining many of the styles of the UI element. A component instance is a single occurrence of the master component. When the master component is updated, all of the instances are updated automatically.
OOP.
To create a new component, we first need to select the layers
classes and objects.
Here, we have an orange rectangle and a text layer, which we would like to use to create a button component. We can drag to select both layers and click the component icon in the toolbar to create our first component. We can also use the Option Command K shortcut, or right-click and select Create Component from the menu. In the Layers panel, we see the purple master component icon indicating that we have created a component. We can also see that our two layers are nested within that new
Actually, Leo, just for your context, so you know why, it's a racial type of thing. So the master and slave used, for example, for hard drives was also removed from the technical vocabulary because of slavery. So that's why I think also, yep, exactly. So that's why they have also removed that vocabulary from GitHub as well. Yep.
You may have many components in a single file. To view all of the components in a file, select the Components tab at the bottom of the Layers panel, or use the keyboard shortcut Option 2. How do we reuse a component? We do this by creating a component instance, or just instance for short. There are several ways to create instances from components. With our component selected, we can create a duplicate of a master component by selecting it and using the shortcut Command D. Hold down the Alt key, click and drag out an instance from the component. Copy and paste it to another location.
All right, calm down, dude. Calm down. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hanulak is here. Thank you very much, Hanulak, as always. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so we right click it, they said, and they said create component, right? Okay, great. So let's call this component primary button outlined. I don't know if there's like, let's just keep it simple because this is not code. My brain is instantly thinking complicated things. Let's say primary button. Hello, my friend as well. I haven't seen you in a while. I thought you no longer like me. It's good to know that you're around. Air button outlined. Air button filled. Secondary button outline. This kind of sucks, this repetition. It would be nice if we can generalize this, but I can. It's my mind thinking through code, not through design. So let's see. Secondary button filled. And then they're saying you can do this to duplicate it, right? You create an instance of that. I get that, right? Ah, so romantic. Thank you very much, Hanulak. It's so good to see someone here for 7 months in a row. That is what can I say except just thank you, right?
With the Command-C and Command-V shortcuts. Or, from the Components tab, click and drag a copy onto the canvas. We can see in the Layers panel.
Okay, let me just see one thing. Thanks, man. I'm gonna actually invest a lot of time into that, so I truly hope you guys are gonna like it. Let me just try one thing here. So if I duplicate this thing several times, right, and then I change the master component as they call it, are those other guys gonna propagate to that, right, is the question. So let's take a look at that. If I say here crap, oh, no, never mind, sorry, wait a minute, it's cool. Great. I hope you guys are not gonna saying that to make me feel better, but if that's true, thank you very much. It's very motivating, and I will keep doing it for sure, especially here in comments like this. So thank you again. Vince, good evening. We are learning Figma together, and I think we don't need a 6-hour course. I think we're gonna learn this fairly fast. So yeah, and we'll now just trying to make some components.
While an instance has a single diamond icon. Eventually, you may have many instances of components in your file. To quickly locate the master component, right-click on an instance and choose Go to Master Component.
Nice. Okay.
Or select it from the Properties panel.
Nice.
Let's see how the relationship between components and instances work. On the left, we have our component, and on the right, an instance of our component. When we change the background of the button inside the master component, the instance is
that's what I just tried. Developer mind, right? My first assumption was that.
Are used. To do this without
nice, Vince. Sounds fun.
Need to manually change the background color for all of the buttons. Be updated. Imagine we are designing a website where several buttons are used.
Thank you very much, Jace, for being here. Love you. Thank you. Thank you for being very active on the Programmer Network. Also, I read your comments all the time, so highly appreciate that. Thank you. The thing is, Hanulak, I just don't have the time, right? Like, of course, it would be amazing. It's just all of that requires, like, people don't understand, like how much time all of this requires, right? To stream, to record those videos, it's a lot of effort, right? I mean, again, if I wasn't full-time employed and if I was single maybe and didn't have a wife and kid, but you know, with all the life and stuff, it's really difficult to throw that stuff out, right? I think, Leo, what I at least feel that my videos, about my own videos on YouTube, is that I truly, you saw my videos, I don't really pre-record, I don't prepare any of the it's really comes out of my experience, right? So I think maybe that's just a slight fresh of what was it called, breath of fresh air or whatever, right? So the thing is, maybe that's what got people gonna like. Everything I record is really just, I'm just putting it out of my experience or out of my head and stuff. So we'll see. But you guys like Hanulak and all of you guys saying those things, they are very motivating, and for sure I'm gonna continue. It's okay. I'm gonna get back to the comments. Let me just hear this video out, please.
And on the right, an instance of our component. When we change the background of the button inside the master component, the instance is automatically updated. Imagine we are designing a website where several buttons are used. To do this without components, we would need to manually change the background color for all of the buttons. However, when using components, only the master component needs to be changed and all of the instances are updated. Changes made to an instance's properties are called overrides. Overrides allow designers to create variations on the original component. If changes are made to the master component, the overrides on our instance remain unchanged. Examples of properties that can be overridden are text properties, fill, stroke, effects like shadows and blurs, and bounding box dimensions. However, properties that affect the layout of layers within an instance are not overridable. Examples of these types of properties include size, position, rotation,
makes sense,
constraint
right?
settings,
makes sense.
layer hierarchy,
You can change like the background and whatever, but you can't change the core values, core variables of the component, right? Makes sense. Wait, I didn't hear that. Wait.
Select the things that we want to reset and choose Reset Instance from
I
the top
see.
toolbar.
I see. Okay. So now the question that I have is this though, Dan, right? If we go to Figma, should we create a component for each of the variations, or should we just create one button, or should we just create those two guys? So should we just create two of those and then change those primary variations to other of the two when we need them in the design, right? Because right now we have same component duplicated basically 3 times because their colors are different, right? So I think maybe it's smarter to go with this inheritance type of thing. Let's call it inheritance here as well. So now we really have this. And then we're going to be a bit smarter here. So we have primary button outlined, primary button. Wait a minute. Is this like a copy of some sort? Yeah, primary outlined, right? And then essentially here, so let's actually not call it primary. Let's call it button outlined. So we're completely generic, right? So now what those guys are basically saying is like, hey, now we have a button. Good evening, mate. So now we have a button, right? And if I make a copy off of it like this, right? So we have created an instance, as they claim, basically an object, if you will. And then they said, hey, well, you can actually change the colors, which is great, right? So yes, I think I like this. I actually think I like this better. So we only have one button. And then we, for example, when we start designing in Figma for Programmer Network, we just say, I need an error button. You create an instance of this base button, and then you basically just change the color. Easy, right? Okay, I like that. So we're only gonna have one button, and that's it. We want to keep it as simple as possible, right? Yep. Because duplicating the same thing, 3 times or X amount of times just goes against, we're developers, right? So for the designers, they don't have the same perception. Maybe they would not care. I care, right? Because now I can be like, all right, I need the outline button. I need the error one, right? Or I might need, the filled error one. So I'm going to be like this, right? And then I'm going to be like, where is it? Selection colors, layer, stroke. Where was the text? I don't actually know now. Stroke, selection, is it this maybe? Yeah, whatever, right? But you get the point. We'll get it. Okay, amazing. So I like that, and that's perfect. Now, so that is fine. that's at least how I see it. Okay.
You can also reset instance in the properties panel. It is possible to detach a component instance from its master component. Doing this will prevent the instance from inheriting changes made to the component. With an
I like
instance
that.
selected, use
I like
Option
that.
Command B
Yeah.
or choose detach.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. I can see that we use that in the future, right? It's like, hey, like where is my brain right now? I'm like thinking, okay, should we create some custom button or whatever? It's like, okay, yeah, like probably there's some sort of detach. Yeah, Control Alt B, detach instance. Now I basically have this button and I can do whatever I want with it, right? I can add, a radius to it or some shit, right? So I can say 10%, whatever, right? Easy, right? Okay, good to know. I don't know if I'm gonna memorize this by tomorrow, this specific detached thing, but I probably will. Mailar, I think, I don't know, I just updated my VS Code. I might have some, yeah, I think it's pretty much just VS Code. I didn't download anything specifically.
From the instance section in the properties panel. Alternatively, right-click on the instance and select Detach Instance.
I should maybe write a note or voice recording, right?
Break or undo that action, you can create an instance of the component.
By the way, if anyone here is new, please make sure to give us a follow here on Twitch and also on YouTube.
If a master component
Thank you very much. We're having a lot of fun here every evening, so just a reminder, don't forget.
Click Restore Master Component in the Instance section of the Properties panel. If we resize a layer within a component, which either reduces or grows the size of the component, we notice the original dimensions of the component bounding box remain the same. To update the dimensions of our component, select it and click Resize to Fit in the Properties panel. You can also double-click on the bounding box. This will resize the bounding box of the component and any instances to fit the layers inside.
Okay, that is I did. It's super simple. The only thing that I want to know though here is like, can I do that with text? Can I resize this crap? No, I can't. I think what they're saying is like, if you take the master component probably, and then there's some, let's actually hear it again.
Here's the original dimensions of the panel. Easy. Find an instance of the component, click Restore Master Component in the Instance section of the Properties panel. If we resize a layer within a component, which either reduces or grows the size of the component, we notice the original dimensions of the component bounding box.
Is that really the case for us as well? No, I don't think it is. No. But basically here it says resize to fit. So only if you resize the rectangle inside the component. Ah, I see. So you're basically saying, it makes sense. So no. I fully get you. I fully get you. So basically you're saying if I would resize this outlined thing, right? Now on the outside I can click, wait a minute. No, not really. Not what I expect. Wait. No, I would now expect. So if I resize, let's say they ungrouped it first. Interesting. I don't actually know, maybe. But it doesn't seem like something I actually care much about, to be honest. But okay, let's hear it one more time.
Click Restore Master Component in the Instance section of the Properties panel. If we resize a layer within a component, which either reduces or grows the size of the component, we notice the original dimensions of the component bounding box remain the same.
But what is the component bounding box? Where is that box? So it's this, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. I think I got it. Bear with me, right? Elephant with me. Okay, so if I have a box, right? And then I put some text inside the box, right? And then I turn this into a component. This component is gonna have this purple bounding line outside of it, right? You can see this, but that's not the line of the rectangle. So if I resize the actual rectangle instead, now you can see that this purple thing remains the same. So now I can actually click here. So this crap, I guess, or is it vice versa? Do I click on the no. Right, but it doesn't do that, right? Does it? I would now expect, wait. Ah, okay, no. All good. I'm an idiot. So if I make sure that the size of this text is the same as size of this, and then I click on this thing and click this, it should, okay, got it. All good.
To update the dimensions of our component, select it and click Resize to Fit in the
I got
Properties
it.
panel. You
I'm
can
so
also
smart.
double-click on the
Super
bounding
intelligent.
box. This will resize the bounding box of the
Incredibly.
component and any instances to fit the layers inside. Resize to Fit is not available for instances. Let's review what we've learned today. Create master components using the Option Command K shortcut. Component.
Dude, like, so easy, man. And I'm not trolling now. I'm actually that serious. Like, what the hell, bro? Why did I expect this to be any harder? So creating components is like 3 seconds thing. So we got that. It's like, you get what I mean, right? We created the color palette here in another page. How do we get there, though? I'm such an asshole. I just said that it's easy, and now I can't find anything. Ah, here. Primitives. All right, so we created this stuff. Not rocket science. Let's actually publish this stuff. Is there something to publish? So there's nothing to publish new. Okay, well. So we have those colors here. It's just, why can't I select them? Is it because I locked it? Okay. Let's not lock it. So let's go here. By the way, if you want to focus something in Figma, like as I am here, focus and out of focus, you select the layer or whatever this thing in the left is, and you press Shift and 1 or Shift and 2. So Shift and 2 to literally just zoom to screen that specific thing, or Shift and 1 to zoom out, right? I learned this couple of evenings ago. Super useful. Like the most useful shortcut for me. It's like, how do I target a specific thing, right? Like this. Or, you know, if I wanted to target this thing, right? It's like, how do I do that, right? And then if you haven't been here when I shared this, you know, take this crap. I also found it somewhere online. It's the shortcuts for Figma. I guess all of us have to do it. Okay, so if we go to components here, obviously, like, there's a bunch of stuff still that we have to move from. We need to move our icons, right? And I think I should have those in my storybook, and I do, right? I kind of made this automatic, so it auto-generates it. How would we move those SVGs, right, is the question. Is Figma smart enough that if I copy the SVG to clipboard and paste it in Figma to actually understand that? It is. Now, what the hell did it import? God knows. Actually, amazing. Okay. I'm incredibly smart. I'm so smart. So smart. Okay. Let me just do one thing here. So, okay, so I might not be doing this now because there's clearly like a bunch of them. I'm gonna try one silly thing though, just for fun. So I'm gonna try to find, is there like a wrapper div of all of those icons that I could literally try pasting in Figma? That would be pretty cool. I don't think that's gonna work, but you know what I mean. Who cares? Let's try. So we say edit this. What would happen if we would just paste it here? Nothing. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So we'll pretty much need to kind of keep those things in sync. Unfortunately, that kind of sucks, right? Because we'll have to keep doing it manually. Positive thing whatsoever is that we have a lot of icons already. So it's not that we're going to be adding 7 billion of icons more next to what we already have. So I think it's more than fine, right? So we'll need to pretty much, you know, I'll need to do this like around 50 times, which is why I'm not going to do it today. Let me just copy another one, and then I'll probably do this off stream, because I wouldn't want to watch someone clicking this crap 50 times. And why did this suddenly become... All right, cool. So this sort of stuff I'll do another time. But it's good that we can kind of move the icons here as well. Beautiful. So let's just put this somewhere on the side here. So actually, I mean, when I think about it, and that's the beauty of this project, there's very few kind of actual components that we have to move there anyway. So we have to move the forms, we have to move the icons, but that is the beauty of our UI, that it's so simplistic, right? That really everything is composed of very few colors and very few elements, and that is why I don't think so. We pretty much need the typography, we need the colors, right? We need the icons. And I think that's almost all that there really is, right? The buttons, the inputs and forms. Like, I don't see like any like radical stuff that we truly need here, right? And I think that's pretty awesome, right? I think that's pretty awesome. Let me just follow this Figma channel.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I think we're gonna learn some stuff there for sure. Okay, so okay, so let me go here, and let's write some more stuff. So move all the icons from Storybook. Decide on typography and text colors. Move the inputs. Maybe move the tabs component. That seems to be reused a lot, right? This is the article I'm writing. So actually, yeah, I mean, honestly, so when it comes to putting stuff in Figma, I think tomorrow we're gonna be done. Or maybe even tomorrow before the stream, I might even finish this. I think I'm actually gonna finish this in the morning myself. I'm gonna move all of the remaining stuff, but actually now when I think about it, right, the next thing that we're gonna have to focus on is the grid and the layout. Because once we move all of the colors, which we already did, all the icons and few of the components we have, then we need to learn how to build layouts within our constraints. So if anyone has time to help me research this and then help me tomorrow, feel free. But in a nutshell, we have to take our own layout component, figure out, so what do we actually have to do, right? So we have our own layout, we have layout and narrow layout, right? So how do we translate those sizes to Figma and then design in Figma in that respect, and then also make sure that Figma kind of resizes or whatever, if it's even possible, according to the screen resolution, right? So I think this is the next very important thing, right? Because the main reason why we're even doing Figma and all of this stuff is to be way, way, way more productive than we were so far in those couple of months, which means, you know, we're going to be building all of the new features are going to be built on this, on the blank sheet, and then it's going to be translated into the actual Figma, right? So we need to get really good at building layouts in Figma. I think this is such a valuable skill, to be honest. Like, regardless of Programmer Network or any of this, I think being able to build the layout in Figma relative to the UI tool, like CSS library that you use, it's so freaking powerful, right? Because then you know that you have built it according to, right? Yeah, okay, so we have the button here. Actually gonna move this a bit. I'm just gonna create a, what is this? So why did it create frames for this vector? Okay, so I guess when you import an SVG, it imports a vector and then it puts it inside of a frame. What is this vector here? Okay, no, it is a vector. Okay, so that's good. And I'll just move those fellas in here for now, and then I'll move the rest of the icons myself. I think that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine for tomorrow. Is there anything to publish? No. I think all is good. And probably tomorrow we'll have to pay for Figma. I think we'll need to probably get this thing 12 euros a month. Because I can see once I create another page, then we're kind of done creating pages, right? So I'll do this off stream. I'll just pay for this thing. It's nothing relevant, honestly. All right, so I feel like that's enough for me today. I don't know if you guys feel that, but I do. And I'm actually pretty excited now about this week. I'm pretty excited because I'm gonna learn this tool properly and in detail, and I wanted to do that for a very long time. And I hope that you kind of also understand the value of this tool, right? Because it's truly valuable, again, no matter if you are a front-end, back-end, or any developer. Again, if you have any ambitions to build your own product or products in the future, then I think it's absolutely important to learn this sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go have a beer maybe or something like that, chill out a bit. Tomorrow I'm also off from work, still kind of a holiday day here in Denmark, so I'm gonna chill out a bit. Yeah, that's it for now, guys, I guess. Tomorrow we continue with this. Try to play with Figma as well. Try to do what we did together today. I think if you're spending the time with me here anyway, at least try to utilize it to the best. Use the time in the best way. If you're only watching me doing this, you're not gonna memorize shit. And I think it's a massive waste of time if you come out of this thing without actually knowing anything, right? So try to maybe watch what we did here, or try to play with Figma and try at least to create those colors, try to create the components, you know, group the several elements together, right click it, create a component, play with the instances of those components, right? So play with those frames and stuff like that. That's kind of what we did tomorrow, and then today, and then tomorrow we're gonna do something else. Fair enough, Numinex. I mean, I don't know much about any of this, right? But this week is meant to get really good at it, so hopefully by the end of this week we're gonna have I personally at least, and hopefully you guys as well, gonna feel very comfortable using Figma. All right, well, Leo, good night to you as well. Numinex and all of you guys, thank you very much for being here, making this fun for me as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves, and good night to you as well. Peace out, and